Happening today, Washington County has just opened 3 new winter shelters to help with the homeless crisis. They are in Tigard, Beaverton, and Hillsboro. Fox 12's Marilyn Deutsch visited the new shelter in Hillsboro at the Washington County Fairgrounds.
This is the Cloverleaf building. It's usually used for business events or parties, but now and for the next 4 months, it's going to be used to house the homeless.
This is the largest of the county's 3 winter shelters, and all the winter shelters will provide 187 beds. They're opening now with COVID precautions before the weather gets too cold, so people are in place for the winter. This morning, several people checked in to this 50-bed shelter run by the nonprofit agency Open Door, which does outreach with the homeless. Some of those they hope to help are those they've reached out to before, like Rusty, who's been living in this camp at an abandoned car wash on Baseline. We spoke to Rusty a few weeks ago.
I don't want to be laying out in the cold and the wet.
Rusty told us then he was interested in getting into a shelter, but he did not show up this morning. Ebony Samuels is a site manager at the shelter.
My main goal is just making sure everyone is safe and warm.
That's job number 1. Then Ebony will work with counselors and case managers like Kaya Perkowski to get the chronically homeless into permanent housing. They all know that will not be easy.
We have people on drugs, we have people mentally ill, we have people with some mental disorder.
Kaya has spent years working with the chronically homeless. She says it's difficult to help them because they move around and their problems are so many, complex and difficult to solve.
I ask some people, oh, come next day, and they don't come, or they forgot, or something happened, they'll end up in jail. You know, who knows? But here, it will be more safe environment, and I can do more things with them, I hope.
Now she will be able to meet them in one place in a 24/7 shelter, and she hopes to help them with behavioral issues and then get them into permanent housing. Then when they leave the shelter, they will open up another bed for another person in need. So the revolving door becomes one of hope, not despair.
The 3 winter shelters, that's 187 beds, will be open until March 15th. In Hillsboro, Marilyn Deutsch, Fox 12 Oregon.
Now, along with the Cloverleaf building at the Washington County Fairgrounds in Hillsboro, the other shelters are at the Beaverton Community Center and the Tigard Resource Center.